My number one priority's lost in the game of life, cause death was dominant. It's prominent that I'm losing my touch because my confidence consists of zero motivation. The frustration be taking the best of me. Losing the chemistry I once possessed. Rest assured the focal point's the metaphor from J.A.C. Her words of wisdom was always the best of cures. In rough times, I follow her roots, receive the tips, and when I took the risk, it seemed that rough times never existed in my memory. Avoided the density and the felonies and questioned thee. Why was this angel sent to me? It was never understood clearly. The conspiracy theory left thoughts weary and eyes constantly teary from the loss that was faced. My property was the face from the realization that she could never be replaced by any other. To others they'd all be running for cover, but the opposite was witnessed from my mother. Instead she stood her ground and fought round for round and brought the inspiration that was caught by myself. That surely taught that the positive always rise and shady ones are despised. I'm seeing it with my eyes, so it ain't really a surprise that only the strong survive and the weak always demise. But why is it the good ones always have to die? I try to sleep tight, despite the fact I guess I'll never see the light. I'm feeling pressure the most at night times when I lay back and close my eyes and realize simply how much you've been there for me. It ain't hard to see, but soul searching keeps me awake at different times to recognize how much you really mean to me. I'm feeling pressure the most at night times when I lay back and close my eyes and realize simply how much you've been there for me. It ain't hard to see, but soul searching keeps me awake at different times to recognize how much you really mean to me. J.A.C. In a retrospect state, I visioned all my respect escalated to the highest rate. But the state of mind that I was placed in subtracted you from the raising of myself into a grown man. For an unknown span of time, I slowly felt I was losing my mind and then entering adulthood blind without the guidance that you once selected. After proceeding to reflect, it stayed embedded within my brain time and time again. I strained my vision to see things clearly, but abstract blurs conquered my life back severely. While suffering was merely the side effects, we gave our best to elongate or avoid the permanent rest. But it was only a test, then days of life became less due to infectious breasts that risked the threat, leaving defects on your physical frame. Cause you were playing a losing game with nobody to blame, but you will to maintain, never lost a single second of life, and left us with a positive attitude that you'd survive through the night. But our perspective could not always be right. My body grew tight when the phone rang constantly on the expected night of November 2-0. When my emotions spilled, I heard you had to face your past, then the world turned still, and I totally lost my surviving will to experience the best, face death, and realize that it's for real. Could never steal the appeal from memories that were lavishly attacking me, but still I passively erased all the feelings from my damaged feet, selected randomly and tried not to vision what the manic see. It seemed like yesterday when we were singing songs by David Cassidy, along with our entire life together, passing me by like Farside. While I'm buckling up for the ride, basic intentions try to strive for goals you offered motivation for. Destinations were reached through formations of my speech, boosting me for the reach, therefore I have to impeach. From 51 to 97, I'm positive that you're led in the unconquered land that lies behind the gates of heaven, because we stuck by our word till death do us part. And since I'm not seeing you physically, you reside in my heart. J.A.C. I try to sleep tight, despite the fact I guess I'll never see the light. I'm feeling pressure the most at night times when I lay back and close my eyes and realize simply how much you've been there for me. It ain't hard to see, but soul searching keeps me awake at different times to recognize how much you really mean to me. I'm feeling pressure the most at night times when I lay back and close my eyes and realize simply how much you've been there for me. It ain't hard to see, but soul searching keeps me awake at different times to recognize how much you really mean to me. J.A.C. D-Sisive, Cryptic Soul, 98, Skeptic.